this was intriguing. You mentioned Jimbo Fisher possibly being on the hot seat. Is there any other coaches? Let's start with the SEC. Is there any other coaches in the SEC that are currently on the hot seat right now?
Drinky.
Ooh,
Missouri.
yeah.
I got a sneaking suspicion. Now, granted, they did just pick up a 5-star recruit the other day, and you would have thought the world had come to an end. But I think if Drinky doesn't win, at least if he's not into at least a decent bowl, I think temperature starts to go up. I really think he's got a chance at that.
That's how I feel about Napier at UF. I mean, I understand he's still new, but Florida doesn't play. They have no patience. And, their rivals are Georgia. Like, you're not going to have a lot of patience there. They just lost Richardson. I don't know who picks up that torch, because even with Richardson, it was kind of abysmal down there in the swamp. So I am very interested to see if they can rise back to grace, because that fall was swift.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Jesse. That that whole thing was just wild. With Napier, and to your point, as you just mentioned, really Florida fans don't play, and it's not. I think Napier has the potential, rather, to be a good coach. It's just, is Florida going to give him the time that he needs to get everybody in place? And they're impatient, and we've seen it before. They don't last long when things don't go well.
Syndrome.
So. The Saban effect.
Nick Saban ruined college football. I've said it multiple times.
But also, if you look at like Miami, I know Miami had a rough season last season, but a lot of experts are calling for Miami to kind of be a little bit of a dark horse going into this season. If you've got Miami making waves in the state of Florida, people are looking towards FSU, and then you've got UF that's doing nothing in the state and in their conference. Not a lot of
not a good place to be. Not a happy fan base.
No.
That's interesting how you mentioned Napier, because it seems this is only his second year, but that's
it's a real short leash down there in Gainesville. You either get it going or they fire you and send you back.
Yeah,
I mean, look at Auburn. They tried to fire their coach like 1 year in, and then
they fired a coach that took them to multiple bowl games within like a 5-year stretch.
Yeah.
The guy that was winning 8, 9, 10, 11 games a year.
Yeah, the only one that could beat Alabama.
Exactly.
And it's funny how, and I'm not saying that stuff didn't happen, but it is funny how when you're trying to get rid of a guy, all these scandals just come out of nowhere. It's just like being able to fire them without paying the buyout becomes really intriguing. So
there's some scandals already happening. We haven't even gotten to the season. Looking at you, Big Ten.
Oh, I've missed the tea on this. We're gonna have to discuss.